glad to be on this call this evening. Thanks for the opportunity. So, good evening, everyone. So today I'll be talking about becoming a person of value through skills acquisition and personal development. I know you all can hear me. So, but if you're not the sound of my voice, I want you to say to yourself, I am not ordinary. I can do all that I set my heart to do. I have all I need to achieve, all I want to achieve. Okay? I believe you said this after me. Just say to yourself, I am not ordinary. I can do all that I set my heart to do, and I have all I need to achieve, all I want to achieve. Now, some of you now might be thinking, if I'm another motivational speaker. Now, the thing is, a lot of persons have issues with motivational speakers because they feel that they're not realistic what they are saying. But the truth is, if you're not seeing the results that those people are talking about, it doesn't mean that the problem with what they are saying. It doesn't mean that the problem with the method. It could be the problem with how you are trying to deliver the methods they've shown you. Now, I'm a keen believer in all the speakers because they help me to get to where I am today. I read a lot of books years ago, and most of these people, things they said, I tell myself every time that if there's a problem, if there's a challenge with what I'm doing, if I'm not getting the result I want, the problem is not in whatever I'm trying to do. The problem could be in the way I'm trying to deliver it. So I check my methods. I check what I've been doing. I try to tweak it until I can get the result I want. So I don't blame the speaker. I don't blame the book I've read. I don't blame it. I check how I've been doing that thing. So the truth is, we shouldn't blame motivational speakers for our woes. I don't know, but even some persons, when they graduate from school, they find out that there's a disparity between school education and real life application. Me, I was in that shoe about 4 years ago. It's going to 4 years now. I think August to make it 4 years. And you find out that as an individual, what you studied in school and the real life, there's just so much gap. There's just so much gap between them. And you find it very hard to bridge it. It's like you can't even use a CV to get any job anywhere. And you find a pharmacist looking for a job in the bank. Hope you can still hear me. Hello.
Yes, we are with you, ma'am. We can hear you clearly.
All right. Okay, so you find that there's a big disparity between school education and the real life situations. So how do you bridge this gap? How do you bridge this gap? So the truth is that school does not teach you how to handle real life expectations, real life scenarios, real life jobs. Nobody will be willing to employ somebody they don't need. You know, sometimes we blame all these companies and all that they don't want to employ you. They say they're looking for, maybe they have like 3 openings, 4 openings, 10 openings, and over 100,000 persons come to apply for 10 openings. And you're wondering, but nobody is looking for. They're actually looking for something. There's something they are looking for, and when they get it, they don't really care about the rest of the people. They can't pay you. They won't pay you money for something they don't need. People will always pay you for a value they need. If you have the value they're looking for, they will pay you for it. So the point here is that as a person, you need to find out how you can deliver value to wherever. If you're going to apply to work in any place, you need to find out how you can fill whatever space they're looking for, more than their expectations. That way, you'll be indispensable. So there's a disparity between school education and real life situations, but that doesn't mean there's no space there. There's always space for anybody that is qualified. So a good learner will always ask questions. There's something you should know. I'm someone that believe in personal development a lot. Like, I believe in intentional growth. I believe in being able to look into the future, like know what you want and know how to go for it. So if you're someone who know the future he or she wants to build, you should be able to know how to ask the right questions. There are a lot of young people are very lackadaisical about their lives, about their things, about their goals. I know it's like they're done with school, they just sit down and expect them to get a job. It's like you're expecting life to play to your terms. But then if you're passive about life, you won't really get anything out of it. Most persons that get it out of life, people that play an active role in their life, you have to be intentional about it. And one way to be intentional about your life is to ask questions when necessary. A good question will always get you the right answer. Now, if you hit a challenge, the first thing you ask yourself is like, how did I get here? Why is this thing happening? Like, by the time you keep on asking questions, and you get the answers as you're asking the questions, you eventually get to the right answer. Now, I'm not trying to do a lot of plenty motivational talk or anything. I'm just trying to tell you things that have helped me come this far. I had to make an intentional choice some years ago that if I'm going to be who I want to be, I'm going to have to play an active role in that. I'm going to have to play an active role in that. Like, if I'm going to be a person of value, if I want to make as much money as I want to, if I want to do anything, I'm going to have to play an active. I don't have to sit around and wait for life to happen. The funny thing is that life is not fair. That's the truth. Life is not fair. Life will not get you a job because you're a graduate. Life will not give you a job because you graduated with a first class. Or life will not get you a job because you've been suffering all your life. If you don't do anything about your situation, it's not going to change. That's the truth. It's not going to change. So I told myself I was going to do something about myself, or whatever it is, that wherever I want to get to, so I have to intentionally don't allow situations control my results. Instead, I intentionally set my results into motion. I intentionally take advantage of opportunities. Because the thing is, some people also think that opportunities have to happen to them. Like, maybe, but if you're not preparing for something, you won't be able to recognize it even if it hits you in the face. That's why that popular saying that says when opportunity meets preparedness, success is inevitable. And that's the truth. If you're not prepared, even if you see the opportunity, you will miss it because you were not ready for it. You were not prepared for it. So the right questions will always lead you to the right answers. If you're in the middle of any challenge, be it financial, anything, you have to ask questions. When you ask questions, you look for ways to get the answers. So now it's apparently evident that skills are what sets you apart. If you Google the hard skills and soft skills of 2020, you will see a lot of skills there. There's a whole lot about, some persons think that because I'm this should happen to me. It doesn't always work that way. Or just more like saying, it's more like saying, because, like I said earlier, because life has been so tough on you, life should have pity on you, and then it won't always work that way. So the truth is you have to set your everything. So you have to set your balls in place so that you can get the right result. So nothing changes in your life until you do something about it and change it. So, and also there's another problem people have. If you ask people some questions, what do you want to do with yourself? What do you want to do with your life? They have a long list of things they want, and they ask them, okay, what is the most important thing you need to get these things to get it rolling, to get the ball rolling? Some of them will mention money, if not all of them. But the truth is that money is not your problem, actually. Money is not your problem. Now, when doing the application for this Tony Lumelu fund, one of the questions that was there, they asked, they listed some things and asked which of them is the most important thing you need to start anything. You find out that money was not even the right option to select. But some young persons feel that money is their problem. Why haven't you started your plans, your goals, and everything? When I said the emotion, you say money is money. Money is not your problem. Truth is, if you have access to resources, if you have access to the internet, in fact, if you have access to the internet, you can start anything. We are we're in the best time in history. I say it, I'm so glad I'm born in this time of the world, in this time, I'm so glad because I have the internet, I have the smartphone. I remember vividly when the smartphone wasn't there at all, when we used to use landlines to make calls. I remember when my mom used to, if she wants to make calls, she has to go and pay and then make some calls using landlines. But now we have smartphones, we can access anything from the comfort of your room. So, like, one of the things I do, I try to show people how you can do anything, how you can dispatch anything from the comfort of your phone. In fact, this lockdown even proved that you can do anything. Most of the people that really, really maximize the lockdown are people that could effectively dispatch their businesses online, that could effectively get some resources online, that could effectively learn more things, add more skills to themselves online. Young persons feel they don't have money, but they have a smartphone and they have data. If you have data and you have a smartphone, then you're very rich. Because if you can spend time on Instagram, checking up the celebrities, then you have enough data to learn anything. There are resources on YouTube. So money is not your problem. There's always an easy way to start. That's what that always helps me. People expect when you create something or you want to start a business, so people just expect people to come and start patronizing you just like that. People can only patronize you if you have what they need. If you have the value they're looking for, they'll pay you money for it. It's that simple. Okay, no, that's so straightforward then, but that's like a simple formula. So nobody's going to pay you money for what they don't need. So for the fact that you started a business and you just started advertising everywhere doesn't mean anybody's going to buy it. They have to be able to see value in what you're selling, and they have to be able to relate it to the fact that they need it so that they can pay you money for it. So, and a lot of persons too, they don't know how to move with the times. Times change. What is relevant yesterday might not be relevant today. So as a person, you need to always develop yourself. How do you stay? How do you flow with the time without losing your essence? As a person, hope you're still with me. Are you still with me?
Yes, ma'am, we're with you, ma'am.
Okay. As a person, you need to learn how to stay relevant in every season because seasons always change. Now, 10 years ago, there was no blockchain. Some years ago, there was no Facebook. There was no Amazon. There was no Uber. There was no all these things. But as soon as these things came into being, because every financial meltdown, global crisis, whatever, always bets something new. And it's always those that are ready, those that are prepared, that take advantage of it. I look as if the world is against you. Nobody's against you. It's not really village people. If all of a sudden you're no longer relevant, you have to know how to stay ahead of the time. You have to know how to stay ahead of the game. Now, you heard that, okay, blockchain is a thing, or you heard that content creation is a thing. Why don't you go and learn it? Learn it and stay relevant. Because, like I said, in a company whereby they have 1,000 workers, if they have 1,000 workers in that company, and all of a sudden the owner of the company woke up one day and decided to lay off 500 of them. What happened to the remaining 500? Why do you think he kept them? Because they are relevant. Now, these other people that he laid off, not say their jobs are not important, but they are dispensable. Their job is so dispensable, he can lay them off and know that his business will not suffer and will not shut down. There are people that will always remain relevant to that business, to that organization, even if they lay off every single person. So times is going to, as long as you're a young person, but before you get to 50 years old, so many things are going to happen. Things are going to happen. So you have to always update yourself. Personal development is an intentional thing to do. It's an intentional thing to do. Even if as a medical doctor, you don't always update your knowledge base, you'll be outdated because people want, everywhere you are, people like people that are always prompt to deliver, prompt to do anything. So how can you become prompt if you are not updated? So you have to know what is the most trending skill, where is it needed, who needs it, how do I get it, how do I learn it, where can I learn it from? Okay, fine, I can't afford it. If I tell you that most of the things I've learned, I'm a very self-taught person. See, you can't tell me, if you tell me that I can't get this thing, I'll laugh in my mind because I will get that thing, I'll get extra. I don't allow money limits me. As a matter of fact, when I got the idea for my brand Valucop, I had almost nothing, like I had almost no money. But some classes that I needed that would help me, they were so expensive I couldn't afford them. But I didn't allow it to stop me. I hate excuses. I hate saying I can't do this because of this, especially if it's money. So I had to find places where I can learn that same thing. I got links where I can get ebooks. If I don't have money to afford the hardcover book, I'll find a library online or find a bookstore online that can get that book for free. What's the difference? It's soft copy now. What will it cost me? Extra time to sit down and actually read it and get knowledge that I want. So I don't believe there is no way. I don't feel that I've not found a way, and I'll search to find a way. I'm a very self-taught person. I'm very self-motivated. You can't discourage me. You can't discourage me. Instead, your discouragement will only be a fuel to spur me on. So the truth is, if you're going to be a person of value, even if you're going to make money in this life, you have to look beyond. You have to look beyond all the excuses. I can't do this because of this. Because there's always an easier way. There's always something you can afford, as long as you have your smartphone and the internet. So your mindset is everything. Your mindset is everything. Because as a person, when I realized that the reason where I was as of some years ago was because there was still some level of validation I was seeking. So I had to sit down and intentionally change that mindset. As soon as I changed that mindset, things just changed. Now, if you check yourself now, I don't know if any of you have read the book Secret of the Billionaire Mind by Harv Eker. If you read that book, you find out that whatever level of finances you're at today is because of your what you call your financial thermostat or financial mindset or financial blueprints. If you can't see yourself having 1 million naira, you can't have it. You won't even be, the circumstances you create will not be able to produce it. You might think you need the 1 million naira, but because your mindset is set in a way that you can't make it. So if anything will change about your life, you have to start from your mindset first. Do you have the possibility mindset? A lot of people have a way of seeing what is wrong in everything. They never see what is right, and they still expect to move forward. So if you're someone that is like that, you won't be able to go far because your mind has been trained to see impossibility in anything. So it's only be seeing roadblocks. You only see how things won't work out. But if you're someone that believes that everything is possible, everything you want is possible, it might not happen now, but eventually it will. So you won't be limited. You won't be limited by your mindset. So everything from your mindset stems from your mindset. And if you must sustain results, you must be a consistent person. There are too many hit and run people. You start something today, it's not working, you give up. You start something today, it's not working, you just divert, you start complaining, you start. Like I said, you have to know how to answer that question. If you start something and it's not working, there is something you don't know that you should apply. Why don't you go spend time and find it? It's a wasting time complaining about it and then give up and look for something else. there's always something you don't know about what you're doing, especially when you meet a roadblock or a challenge. So it's very important that you are a consistent person. Anything that you that have roots will always last. And how do you have roots? You have to consistently stay on it. You can't compare a skyscraper and a bungalow. Don't have the same length of foundation. Their foundations are different. The foundation of a bungalow might be shallow, but if the foundation of if a skyscraper is shallow, the skyscraper will fall. It collapse one day, and that will be a disaster. So if where you are going to is going to be very massive, you have to spend time today in your building yourself. It's like nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody's going to do it for you. Not even your parents. Nobody. You have to intentionally, like, it's like, because there come to the life of a person who is very intentional can be lonely at times. Because sometimes you might be the only person believing in yourself. You might be the only person believing in your goal. You might be the only person liking your post on Facebook or Instagram. But you have to stay on it. You have to stay on it. You have to keep building yourself. Because I'm telling you, the blowing can happen in a day. But the process can take you years. I like looking at the pictures of Amazon, Google, Facebook, how they started. Look at it. Anybody might say, "Oh, Google is a billionaire, Amazon is a billionaire," but look at it. They started in their rooms, and it took them 20 years, 20-something years to get to this level of progress. And you think you can get it overnight? It doesn't happen. There's nothing like overnight success. If it happens overnight, it won't last. Why do you think people that win the lottery, they don't keep their money? Someone wins $1 million today and tomorrow is gone, because that money had no roots. That money had no, and the person didn't have the financial mindset to manage it, that's the truth. So for it to sustain results, you must be a consistent person. You must stay consistently on it. Be someone that is self-motivated. If you get discouraged, don't worry, shut down everything, go and sleep, pray about it, have fun. But when you come back, continue where you start. Don't be too hard on yourself. Take it easy on yourself. Make sure the goal is always in front of you. Nobody will do it for you. That life you want to live, you want to live the luxury life, you have to pay the price today. You have to stay consistent on your dreams and your goals. You have to know what kind of investments you need to do to get the results you want. So for anything you're going to deliver, if you're going to monetize it, I like to categorize it into 3. Like, if you're someone that teaches, let me take, for example, digital marketing. I like to categorize into the product, the service, the training. Digital marketing, you can package it in as a product, you can package it as a service, you can package it as a training. And in all these 3 parts, you can monetize all of them. So whatever you do, you know how to do. I've met a lot of persons who have so many good things they can offer, but they don't believe in them because it comes easy for them. Anything you know how to do, anything that comes easy for you, you can monetize it. That is where your money lies. Truthfully, I remember when my youngest brother was telling me that, oh, Vicky, you can actually start writing and monetize. And I was like, because it was very easy for me to like come up with the poetry. It was very easy for me to come up with short stories. I was like, really? But it's funny enough, the first $10 I ever made in this life, I ever earned in this life, came from a 250-word short story I wrote in 2016. And I was like, oh, wow, really? So I can get money for something that comes so easily for me. And that was all the encouragement I needed. But what you're looking for is not so far. It's in what do you have? What can you offer? What is that thing that comes easily for you? You can monetize it as a training. You can monetize it as a service. You can monetize it as a product. And each of these 3 parts, they are all money waiting to happen for you. That thing you know, you can teach it. That thing you know, you can sell it. And that thing you know, you can offer it as a service. And all of them, you can monetize all of them. Just one thing that you know how to do. You don't have to be what I do. You don't have to what Chijams do. there's something you know how to do that comes very easy for you. You can start from there. Read about it. Find out how to monetize it. Find out how to offer it in this day and time. Find out how to package it. What you're looking for in Abuja is actually right there with you. And the resources you need just not far off. It's just there on the internet. If you say you don't have money for data, but you can, if as long as you can chat on WhatsApp, you can afford to browse for an hour a day to add value to your life. So my formula for monetizing anything is value plus delivery will always give you money. Give people what they need and they'll pay you for it. Of course, there are other parts of this. There are other extra. But it's just simple. That's why I like to see myself as a value delivery strategist, because everything revolves around value. Money revolves around value. If you can deliver value, if I'm selling clothes, there's something someone needs. There's something somebody needs that you can offer. If you know how to package it, if you know how to get them to buy it, you get your money. Everybody cannot be your client. Some persons can be your client. There are specific people that you need, not everybody. There are many people in this world. You can't sell to everybody, but you can sell to a specific kind of person. It's part of things that you need to give yourself time to learn. So you can, and all these things, you can start from your smartphone. Don't look, people, a lot of persons try to look for, you think you need an office space before you can start. At least Corona has taught us that you can do your work from the comfort of your room, your PJ, your pajamas. You can stay in your pajamas and you're with your system or with your phone and you're working and you're delivering value globally. There is no, the limit of, the geographical limit has been removed. You can reach any part of the world from the comfort of your smartphone. Look at how we are doing this summit now from Zoom. I got a diploma in blended bioethics within this lockdown, and then everything was dispatched through the website. We took our courses, our classes, our quizzes down to the retreat. The retreat we had with the professors was done on Zoom. So the internet brought a borderless avenue for you to do whatever you want to do. So if you have a smartphone, you can start anything. You can develop yourself. You can learn any skill. You can be very relevant. And I can tell you, you can earn as much as you want. So learn to start small and grow. People have that problem. Young people have that problem. Everyone wants to blow. Too many wrong songs that we listen to. Learn to start small and grow. It will help you to have roots. In those days of challenges, in those days of the storms, growing gradually will help you stand whatever that will happen. But if your growth is too sporadic, you will not have the right substance to sustain you when the time comes. So let's start small and grow. So you can always look back at 10 years. When you look back at 10 years ago, you'll be like, oh wow, this was where I started and all that. So your frustration about money will end the day you stop thinking about yourself and start thinking about others. I realized that most of our complaints come from us. We are always thinking of self. Oh, I don't have this. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, that. Oh, I've been trying to get that. I've been trying to get that, but I couldn't. But do you know that if you start thinking about others, what you're looking for will come to you? In fact, your frustration level will reduce. The money you're looking for is in somebody's hands. If you start thinking of how you can deliver value to other people, you realize, in fact, you will forget about your personal frustrations. You'll always be productive because you're always thinking, how do I package this better? How do I make sure my clients are well served? Oh, I didn't do this right. How do I make it better? The more, in fact, you stop having less frustrations. When some people, in fact, sometimes think about yourself and bring depression. You think about what is wrong with yourself, what is not working right, what is not going well. You keep on thinking, and then days pass, enter into weeks, and you've not achieved one thing. But the day you start thinking about what do I have that I can use to deliver value to other people, your frustration will end. The day you earn your first 1,000 naira, or your first 10,000 naira, or your first 100,000 naira, that day you're so motivated that you'll be ready to run with anything. So stop thinking about yourself, what you are not doing right, what is not working out right for you. Start thinking about how you can deliver the value you have to other people. And at the end of the day, you feel satisfied. You feel like, what? Just one person that tells you, oh wow, what you gave me changed my life. I was able to do this because of you. I was able to achieve this because of you. That is very satisfying. Nothing gives me joy more than that. Hearing from someone that, oh, I was able to do this because of you. It's better than and all those testimonials encourages you to do better. So you exchange value for money. Always think value first. Or if you can think value first, money will come. Of course, I'm not talking about Ponzi kind of money, but money that comes gradually. So you are responsible for where you want to go, what you want to achieve, and how you want to do it. Personal development is your choice, not the school you went to, not the company you're working for, not the organization you're working for. Personal development is your choice. There is someone what you need. Money is in somebody's hands. Product is in your own hand. Product, service, or training is in your own hand. Offer it and exchange it. You exchange value for money. Like you give the person value, the person gives you money. So you have to learn the semantics around this. Like how do you now actually practically bring this into bear? So intentionally give yourself to learning. Intentionally. This is not, it will not happen to you. Learning will not happen to you. You have to intentionally do it. You have to say, I'm going to spend 1 hour watching Brian Tracy on YouTube. I'm going to spend 1 hour listening to Grant Cardone on YouTube. I'm going to take 1 hour reading Sell Like Crazy by Sabri. I'm going to spend 1 hour, doing something that will add value to yourself. It opens your eyes. Like you'll be so amazed at the wealth of knowledge that you will get. You'll be so amazed at how you're going to deliver things. That is why I like every time the main reason for Valucop is to, help people do all these things, like help you deliver your value, learn what is attainable from as little as nothing, like from where you are, from your comfort zone, from your smartphone. Because many persons have challenge of starting, they think they have to start up from the highest point, but no. You can start from where you are, and then you can walk up there, and then you go. So, invest in the value you need. People don't know how to pay for value. Even if you don't have money, like I said earlier, you have data. Even if you can't afford some classes that you need, you can afford some courses that you need, you can afford some trainings. There's a way to get things that are equivalent to those things. And eventually, you have the money to afford all these things. So let's invest in the value you need. If you need extra knowledge, there is YouTube. YouTube that gives you the free value. There is the internet. Invest your time. If you can't invest money, pay for value. Pay for value. Some people don't know how to pay for value. They just don't know how to pay for value for real. And I'm like, come on. But you can buy whatever. You can buy a good pair of shoes. Of course, it's good to take care of your physical self. But also, your intellectuals need also that money. Invest time and invest intentionality. Be intentional about whatever it is you want to do. So, we are gifts to each other. We are gifts to each other. I'm a gift to Chijam. Chijam's a gift to me. There's something that he can offer that I need. So if he has it, I can get it from him. There is something I can offer that he will need and he'll get from me. We are gifts to each other. And that's how the exchange happens. If I have, how did the money ever start? Money started as exchange by barter. I have beans, you have rice, we just exchange. I can't have everything in the world. Even the richest person still needs to buy clothes, still needs to travel with his private jets. So which means he needs services of a pilot. He needs services of, shopping malls and all those things, even though he has lots and lots of money. So what is he doing? He's exchanging his money for what he needs. So we need each other. We are gifts to each other. So we have to learn to work with each other, flow with each other, patronize each other. That way we all move. There's something you have that someone else needs. You need to know how to give it and receive what you need. So life is all about exchange. You're always exchanging something for the other for another thing. Another thing you should also notice, if you're going to be a person of value, if you're going to be someone who's going to develop their skill, you have to learn to be a copycat. You know, I'm not saying you should go and photocopy somebody's everything. I mean, when I say be a copycat, somebody is already doing what you want to do. Watch them, learn from them. There are also people out there delivering things similar to what you want to start. Follow them. There should be maybe your invisible, not invisible, how do I put it now? Let me say online mentors. People just follow, look at how they're doing it, ask questions about how they're packaging whatever they are delivering. Be a copycat of great people. There's a time some persons don't know how to maximize opportunities. If you're opportune to meet Bill Gates now, what would be the question you're asking? If you're opportune to meet Jeff Warren Buffett and the billionaires in the world, what would be the question you ask? So a lot of people last time we start. Of course, if it gives you plenty of money, that's good, but that money will not last for you. But if they can give you a secret to what they are doing, if they can give you just one line from their knowledge base about how they do what they do, it will yield you even much more money than they will ever give you. So learn to be a copycat of great people. Look at them, mirror what they are doing, find out what they are doing to get to where they are. Don't just assume things. So we're gifts to each other. Be a copycat of great people. And the time to do anything you want to do is now. It's not tomorrow. Don't wait till you have plenty of money. Don't wait till the idea is big. Even if you have the slimmest, when you get the idea, start working on the idea, start developing and building it. The idea will not materialize out of nowhere. You have to work on it. You have to build it. Don't procrastinate. Procrastination will steal your time. The time is now. Because before you know it, the way cars are flying these days, just yesterday we're in June, today we're in July. So which means you don't even have the time. Time doesn't wait for you. So the best time to start whatever you want to do, the best time to develop that skill that will make you a better worker in your workplace, the best time to develop that skill that will give you lots of money is now. It's not tomorrow. That's something I want to bring to your notice also. There's no perfect time. I've heard lots of excuses. I couldn't do this because this wasn't conducive. There can never be a conducive time to start something great. You have to learn to maximize every little chance you get. Sometimes we live in an environment whereby we don't even have breathing space to do what we really want to do. Especially maybe if you're living with your parents or you're living with persons that, put you under lots of pressure to do other menial tasks or to do other things that are so opposite to what you want to do. There are small times. I'm very sure they don't send you on errands or send you to do things in the midnight from 12 a.m. to 4 a.m. If you can find time to sleep during the day so you can be awake at night and build on your goals and build on your dreams, it will do you a lot of good. So the time is now. You can't wait till when you get married. You can't wait to when things get better. It will never get better than it is now. No, I don't mean it that way. I mean, it will never. Now is the best time. That if you keep on waiting for time, it's going to get better. I'm telling you that the economic situations might not be favorable. And before you know it, years have passed. 5 years might seem like a long time, but I'm telling you, if you don't do anything about your dreams and your goals today, 5 years will come and pass, and you wish that you started 5 years ago. You think 5 years is far. When the 5 years have passed and you realize that 5 years wasn't far, but it's enough to start anything. So the best time to start anything you want to do is now. If you have something you want to build, you have a skill you want to develop, you have something you want to learn, the best time to start is now. Don't wait till times get better. You maximize every single time you have. Even when you're in toilets. Learn to always maximize time. Like every 10 seconds you have, every 10 seconds you maximize is better than 1 hour that you wasted. So there's no secret formula to success. Stop looking for secret formulas. Some people are looking for what is the secret formula to this is. If you realize everything follows the same pattern, there is always a process. There is always a process you have to follow. There's always step-by-step process. There's no shortcut in life. The funny thing is that those shortcuts are even longer than the real path. By the time you go enter into the shortcut, you realize it just takes you into an unending spiral. And you wish that you are taking the real cut, the real path. So stop looking for shortcuts or that secret thing that will make you achieve one very sharp overnight success. It does not happen. It cannot happen. The only thing is that it will be like a social media fame, whereby it only lasts 1 week and everybody will forget about you and move on to the next trending thing. You know, there's many things that take people's attention these days on the internet. So you can reign in 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, and everybody forgets about it and move on to the next most interesting thing. But if you're going to be a person that will last in what you're doing, if you're going to keep on, you're someone that will have repeatable success, you have to follow due process. Be a person of process. Don't rush anything. I believe in process. I believe in preparation. I believe in personal development a lot. I believe in intentionality. Don't leave your success to chance. Don't leave your life to chance. Don't be passive about it. Don't just wake up. Don't just sleep. Don't sleep all day. Why will you be sleeping all day? If they ask you, say, my parents not allow me. There are times your parents will travel or something. Just don't be passive about your life. Be an active role, an active participant in your own life. Intentionally say no to some things. Intentionally say yes to some things. Don't just stay there